the more y'all do anyways. The more y'all give and the more y'all do. The only men who won't do more are the men who only want that. So if you want to vet them out anyway, sis, vet them out and watch them show up. A man should penetrate your heart and your mind before he ever penetrates your body. Then you will really experience the true essence of an orgasm anyway.
All right, now see this shit that we talking about, man. Where women, they don't fucking listen to what men tell them. Then they gotta go out and experience shit, and then after they done gave up that piece of leverage, then they want to try to fall back on that piece of leverage. So basically, you listening to a old hoe that's been ran through and is rumored to be a lesbian. That's how ran through she is, because lesbians are the most ran through of the ran through. Lesbians, no woman just decides to be a lesbian. Women who become lesbians are women who have had a lot of sexual experience. Then something happens with them mentally, and they make a shift over to lesbianism because they think it's going to be easier, right? So this is a lesbian, or allegedly a lesbian, and a feminist, and she's telling women to do what men have always told women to do. What have men told women to do? To hold back sexually. We have told women, maintain your virginity. We have told women, maintain your serenity. We have told women, focus on everything but sex. What did women do once they got a hold of the sexual liberation movement? They said, I want to be a man. I want to be like a man. So I'm going to have as much sex with whoever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And then when I want to get married, then I'm going to present the person who I'm going to marry. I'm going to present him this old beat up box and say, here you go. I'm ready for you now. It doesn't make sense. So what she's saying doesn't make sense because she's talking to a bunch of old worn out hoes. You can't tell somebody that been leading with sex for 20, 30, 40 years, hey, can't lead with sex anymore. That doesn't work. Duh, retard. Duh. Now you have all of the scar tissue from leading with sex, and then you want to try to hold back that old beat up box. That doesn't work. But keep on listening to this great advice from this quote unquote doctor. Keep on listening. Here we go.
I've had men say to me, if I can't marry you, I don't even want to touch your body. Now that's a man who isn't a sucker. That's a man who is of age, a mature age, who is ready to have a wife. And he is no longer so superficial in his thinking that the best thing about a woman is her sex. He's finding value not only different in women, but watch this, in himself.
That's the rawest sucker on the planet. And she had to say that. She had to frame it like that because she knows just how crazy that sounds. For a man, an older man, to come at an older woman who he's established himself, she should be established in herself. We've both been out here in this market for decades. You've been having sex. You have a family. You've been doing all type of shit. Your value is low. Why the fuck would I pay the highest price possible for something that's used, ran up goods? I don't go to used car lots and find old Hondas with 250,000 miles and say, let me pay 4 times what it's worth. You go to the used car lot to try to find a bargain. Old women over 30 are the used car lot. To be honest with you, since most women in America start having sex around 12 or 13, I would say women in America are the used car lot around 21 or 22. They become the used car lot in the United States of America simply due to the fact that they start having sex at such a young age. And I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. These young girls started fucking, sucking, catching herpes, all type of stuff when I was 12 or 13 years old was when I started hearing about this. Was when the hoes started to turn out. And it was some who started even younger than that. I'm not going to go into why or how somebody started even younger than that. I'm not even going to go into how or why those young girls started at that age. But I'm going to say that that's when they started. 12 and 13 is when I would say about 60% of young women lose their virginity. Every couple years up after that, you lose another 10%. By the age of 21, most women have lost their virginity. This is why you see really wholesome girls get married at a really young age, because they just can't keep it in their pants anymore. When a young woman, this is why in the Christian, like really, really, really devout, really Christian people, you will see the young women getting married at 17 and 18. Where you would see a lot of young girls in the street having babies at 16 and 17, 15, 16, 17, 18, the hoes start to have babies. You see in the Christian community or in the Muslim community, those women start to have marriages. They really start to marry off at that age. I don't see any problem with that. A lot of people do. I don't. I think it's the best way to go. It's the best way for people to keep fidelity. It's the best way for a woman to keep from catching a whole bunch of bodies, having random babies, catching diseases, all that type of stuff. Is best if they get married young. But listen to this old hoe.
Because I only get to experience the parts of you that you've already given you. And so a man who only sees value in a woman being just sex is a man who doesn't see value.
What does that even mean? I only get to experience the parts of you that you've given you. What the fuck does that even mean?
In himself. It is just, we are just mirrors to each other. I see value in myself. That's why casually you cannot make love to my body. Because I don't see value in casual sex. I don't see value in an orgasm without being connected to you, without being committed to you, without having access to your home or to who you are or what you do. I don't see value in that. An orgasm doesn't do it for me. But your heart.
So I need resources. Essentially. Without having access to you and access to the things that you have, I need money and resources. But carry on.
Does, your commitment does, your time does, right? Mm-hmm. Your thoughtfulness.
Yes.
That's what I want. Then you can take me to Bora Bora. Then we could be tearing Bora Bora up and you could be tearing me up in Bora Bora. But until then,
it ain't happening.
You're going to access me, love me, you're going to pursue me, you're going to court me, and I will do the same with you. And then by the time we do what we're doing, it will be fireworks. People are having horrible sex too, because all they doing is casually. And they're calling freaky good sex.
Yeah.
And this is why nobody, but how come sexual relationships aren't even lasting? If it's so good, why y'all not the same person for years at a time? I'm confused.
Actually, a lot of people are. A lot of people are in long-term relationships that never move into marriage. He has a house, she has a house. We like each other. The sex is good. And that literally keeps everything together. He pays his bills, she pays her bills, because we're in an age where the women don't necessarily want to go 50-50, but she got her own, I got my own. If we both have our own and we don't require that financial connection and marriage doesn't make sense, we can be in a long-term relationship that could be monogamous or not. But it could be a long-term monogamous relationship where the two of us live in separate places and it's mostly sexual. That happens all over the place. What is she talking about?
Because it ain't good. It's freaky. It's something you can get anywhere you go. That's what makes it casual. When you plug into a man or a woman and y'all are having real sensual sex that is nasty, not just freaky, you can't get that anywhere. That's the fuse.
Y'all are having real sensual sex that's nasty, not just freaky. This is not a doctor. Excuse me, this is not a doctor. The way that she uses her words, her verbiage, her vernacular, this is not a doctor. The way come on, man. Come on. Sensual sex that's nasty, not just freaky. What? All right, man.
Nasty, freaky.
You can do freaky and nasty, but as long as it's fused and connected on a deeper level than just casualty, and that means the orgasm is
deeper and connected on a. She said it's more on a deep. The way she uses her words is fucking crazy. Like, this is offensive. How bad she puts verbs. Like, how bad she adds. Like, she's putting shit together. It doesn't make sense. She said a casualty? What?
Isn't what we are thriving for. It's the act and the engagement of the sex that's orgasmic within itself. See, that's grown people talk. You kids, y'all having this little high school sex. Y'all doing that little rabbit shit still. We don't want that. We don't want that. You can keep that right over there. Right over there.
I thought
the craziest part is that this conversation breaks down to sex. It keeps going down to sex. She keeps talking about this deeper connection, but she has not mentioned anything about a deeper connection but sex. Do y'all not hear this? You have to do this for me and do this for me, and then we can get freaky. You got to do this for me and take me here and do this for me, then we can get freaky. It's like the sex is the reward. Like, she is specifically talking to sucker niggas, and she's talking about whole ass women that don't want to really, they're not sexually attracted to sucker niggas. This is the combination dynamic that she's referencing. That's who she's referencing. She's telling women, get with a man who will pay your bills. Get with a man who can afford to wine and dine and take you to Bora Bora, and then you break him off. And then you give him some sex. But he has to pay first, is what she's essentially saying. That's it. There's nothing more to this, because it keeps divulging to sex. Everything keeps going back to sex. If this was about real, true relationship and love and building something, a foundation, and all of these things, all of the other characteristics, all of the other attributes, if it was really about that, sex would not even be brought up in the conversation, because sex is a given in that situation. Sex is just going to happen. Sex is just something that we do. But I'll let you listen.
The further the trip, the freakier and the nastier it got, dog.
Listen.
The
further the trip,
yeah,
to my heart, to my safe space, to my mind, to me accessing everything, your cell phone, everything you have, is the more sex we have.
To me accessing your cell phone and everything else that you, what in the fuck, man?
That's the nastier that a woman who loves herself and respects herself will get. The more that you create an environment that I can trust you in, that I am safe in, it's not about freaky. I'll never say no. About whatever as long as I have the capacity to do it and take it, I will capacity and bound with you. Wow. But I gotta be safe. I gotta have access.
I will what?
And there has to be transparency.
They say, I read a study that say the more educated the woman is, the freakier she is.
Facts.
I read that.
Facts.
I read that in Cosmo.
The facts.
I showed it.
Shout out to Cosmo. Shout out to Cosmo.
Yeah,
cheers, Cosmo.
Huh?
Yeah.
For real? Mm-hmm. How many degrees you say you got?
6.
Oh, my goodness. 6. Jeez. That's Code Shannon to get $50 in lineups.
But just you see how the conversation broke down, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And just for the educated people that I know, the highly educated women that I know, they were kind of sort of not really even into sex as much. The highly educated women that I know, they were not necessarily sexual beings. Don't get me wrong. They're down for sex with their partners, with the people that they pair bonded with, but they were not given to sex. So I don't know what that was about at the end there. He's throwing her lives and stuff like that. He's basically calling her a hoe to her face, and she's basically co-signing saying, yes, I am a freak. You know what I'm saying? So, because she's looking for Shannon. She's looking for somebody like Shannon. She's looking for somebody like Paul Pierce. She's out here actively looking for somebody like that. So, that's just what that is. But this woman is a quack, and Shay Shay's a fool. We already know this. The moment that he got took by a 19-year-old white girl changed her whole life, and acted like nothing happened. We knew he was a fool. You know what I'm saying? And so this is just two fools having having a foolish conversation. But you guys, man, y'all listen to who y'all want to. Y'all take the word from who y'all want to, man. This is Fifth Talks, man. Forget your feelings. We having real talks, real conversations. So please chime in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Peace and blessings.